We started the store in 2025, and I think it kind of goes without saying that we made a lot of mistakes in the beginning, and we have slowly been correcting them. And I figured we could kind of go over kind of our top 5 things in this video. If we went over the full list, this video would be a lot longer. So let's talk about the biggest one, the most obvious one, the one that we have made 500 videos about. It is the layout. Like if you look at the store, the way it looks now, compared to when we actually opened, it has changed almost entirely. There's very little that has not changed. Retail counter has basically stayed the same. And then we have vendor cases over there. Those are kind of like our miscellaneous. Even those have also changed. This is entirely different. We had a giant U with a backdrop. Clearly we don't anymore. One of the reasons that we had to also change the layout is also trying to get rid of blind spots. Like, part of owning a store, being in retail, people are going to steal from you. It's unfortunate part of the business. There's nothing you can do. It is not possible to completely eliminate it. It's about reducing the chances, the risk of that actually happening to you. So that's part of the reason we changed the layout here. But the other thing, originally we had our vendor cases along this wall. The reason they are no longer against this wall is so that we could have the vertical space. We weren't utilizing the vertical space that much, and we have found that that is important because your store is going to grow. You're going to get more inventory than you are selling 9 out of 10 times. There's not a lot of stores that don't, and so you need to be able to expand to grow, and vertical space is a great way to do that. There's a lot of other reasons we've had to change our layout, being able to highlight the stuff that we really like, get more wall space, but it's kind of the first reason, the most obvious, and the thing that we've probably made 500 videos about. So we just got a pretty large shipment of submissions from our website, and I'll open up a couple and we'll check them out, see what kind of cool stuff's in there. But more importantly, we got this box. This has been kind of on the back of my list for a while. This is from our friends at Sticker Giant. It's actually my first time ordering from them. Previously, I've ordered from Sticker Mule, but we are ordering from Sticker Giant now. But we have brand new donation stickers. First look, they look great. I've been planning on getting more stickers in the store. They're not really profitable. You have to order about 1,000 to make any kind of money on them, but it's great branding, double end stickers. It's kind of hard to actually tell which way is the correct way. The little dots are at the bottom, that's how you can tell. But now that we have the new hats, figured it was time to get some stickers with the more like subtle branding. We still use the purple and pink and blue logo, but I think this like more subtle sticker is a good transition for us. But then we can just open up a couple. Got a few on the desk. I have no idea what's in this stuff. Lots of bubble, love that. It's a single game. Harvest Moon. Save the Homeland. Great submission. Shout out to our homie in Ohio. We'll move on to the next box. And this looks like a nice little Wii submission. All right, so we got Wii with Wii accessories. This is someone that knows how to pack, which is nice. You can see it's missing the door. We do not deduct for this. So if you guys do have Wiis, don't worry, we're not gonna deduct for that. U-Draw. I don't think we're paying anything for that, but of course we do have the game with it. Tiger Woods, another U-Draw, Mario Sonic Olympic Winter Games, and Just Dance Kids. Nice little Wii submission. It's nice and small, nothing crazy there. Okay, this isn't a submission. Stellar Shift, Xbox controller. Been slowly collecting a lot of these. It is used, but really good condition and very cool. And finally, what do we think it is? How about a Wii? Nope, not a Wii. Okay, this one's got a bunch of games. Nicely packed, which is always good to see. We try to save the bubble wrap whenever people submit stuff so that we can reuse it. But this one is packed really tight. I don't know if we're going to be able to. They even saran wrapped it. Let's see. All right, so we got some PS2 games here. Kingdom Hearts. These games I feel like are finally starting to get a little love online. They were so cheap for so long because they printed so many copies of it. Need for Speed, FIFA, NBA Live, and NCAA Basketball 10, 9. 10 would be great. I am a big fan of the NCAA basketball and football games because they tend to still have a little bit of value, especially the basketball side, since it's been so long since they actually came out with one. This is basically, it looks like a kind of like a PS2 submission. All right, some more PS2. We got Shrek the Third, NCAA football, MVP, NCAA baseball. This used to be really solid. This was probably one of my first games I ever flipped. Roller Coaster, Fight Night, iToy, Meet the Robinsons, and Movin', Nicktoons Movin'. And the bottom, we have a PS2. We pay pretty well on consoles, so if you're looking to sell some consoles, who you should be sending them to. And we can always use more PS2s. You cannot send us too many PS2s. I'm just gonna say it. This one's a little dirty. Don't think we deduct for dirty PS2s within reason, but we got that and some controllers on the bottom. But yeah, got some new stickers. If you want to come in, buy them. They're just $1, or you can buy 15 for 10. We're on to number 2, and it's a different day, and I made a list because I was trying to figure out what the true top 5 were. So the next thing is security. We have security cameras here. We thought a lot about security, but then things changed and we realized we didn't think about things, and we definitely didn't get it right. It's kind of tough because the way we used to have it over here, it created a lot of blind spots. So from the register right here, you literally could not see a customer standing like right here because there was these giant slat walls. So we ran into a lot of security issues with our cards. We would hand a customer a binder, they would look through it, and ultimately it led us to someone stealing from us, at least one that we know of. And he stole from us several times. It sucked because he was a regular. The thing that we have changed since then is people that want to look through the binders, we take their driver's license, their ID, while they look through it. Just adds a little security, lets them know, hey, we know who you are. If you steal from us, we know all the info we need to give to the police. But then the other thing, the team has grown a lot. We now have to worry about the security of our own people and the trust level, I guess. So we did have an employee steal from us. So now we have to worry about the security of our own items, checking on employees, something that I didn't really want to have to ever worry about, but now we actually have to, unfortunately, as we've grown. We can move on to number 3, which is our trade-ins. And that's been a whole change. Like the way we originally did, first off, and just in the last video, we totally rearranged this whole section over here. Just the trade-in process, we had an idea of how we were gonna do it, which that hasn't changed like super drastically. I think our rates are probably the biggest thing in like what we buy, what we don't buy. We have an eBay, so I was like, oh, we could take anything. Yeah, we still could, but like we've pretty much like, it's video games now. And then another thing was like, apparently, I didn't even remember this, but apparently we were buying third-party controllers. I don't know why we were doing that. Apparently I told someone $3 is what we'd pay on those. That was a terrible idea. We do sell third-party controllers. We sell used ones, but we get them in even faster than we sell them because most people just want to buy brand new ones or OEM controllers. We do not pay anything for those anymore if you trade in like a console or something like that. And then the other thing is like the rates. That's something we're always going to adjust. We want to make sure that we're paying as well as we possibly can on items. And when we opened, we basically just did flat percentages, which, as you can imagine, does not work well. We may be willing to pay like 40% on like an MLB on PS1. That might even be a little too high of a percentage on that game. But a Pokemon Yellow, Pokemon Blue, any Pokemon in general, paying 40% is a horrible offer nowadays. So we've had to adjust that a lot, and that's why we made our own website. It gives us all of our own offers. You can check it out below. We got a link for it, nerdnation.us. That's all you need. Shows every single offer on every single game, and we just upped our offers on basically everything Nintendo and PS5. But our offerings just were not perfect. We just did a flat percentage on basically everything, and that leads to people not being happy because they know their items are worth something. So that's been another major change that we've had to make, and a major failure when we started this. Right now, if you are watching this video, we are at Rocket City Retro Fest, and we are probably having a great time. There's a lot of great people that are here this weekend. We have Retro Rick. I think more is coming. We have Sam from Rad Junk's gonna be there. Obviously Travis Woodman Classics, he's a partial owner of it, so he's gonna be there. I'm sure we're having a great time, but if you guys have stuff you wanna sell, we'd love to pick it up. We have a full vehicle to pick up stuff, and I'm sure that this is gonna turn out awesome. So hopefully we'll see you guys there.
We have another submission. This is from someone that has sent us submissions before, Dao Yang. If I do remember correctly, last time we got a submission from Dao, it was pretty solid, so I'm pretty excited. I genuinely have no idea what's in this. So this is gonna be a legit reaction. Let's go ahead and get it cut open and see. If I do remember correctly, last time, the packaging was also really, really well done, Dao. We do appreciate that, but I do have the submission paper here, just so I can get us a little bit of context. So it looks like what Dow is going to get paid out is $870. So that does, I think that might mean that there's some solid stuff in here. So let's go ahead and dive in. See a couple disc-based games on the top, and then we have a box. Okay. And inside this box, I do remember the Notorious Messenger. There's two different prints of this, and one of them was a little incorrect on the website, but I think we got it fixed. So there's a couple copies of those, but there's also some other solid games in here, like the Smackdowns we loved. We kind of consider that like our Marios. We love Marios, we love Pokemon games. We love all the Smackdown games. They do really well for us. And then it looks like we got, I think, at least 2 more boxes. All right, look how, that is, now I just need to appreciate how you Tetrised this box. It's perfect. So we got some 360 games, some Minecrafts, we love those. Some solid stuff in here as well. And what I'm noticing, it's variety. There's some cartridge based, some disc based, some older stuff, some newer stuff, some Switch. So it's a lot of variety, which we like. And this is the cricket. All right, looks like we got some PS3 stuff in here. We got some duplicates, which we've talked about. We love duplicates. Digimon All-Star Rumble, not a super common one. I'm not sure if it's like super good for us, but it's always fun to see Digimon games. Kind of have a little bit of nostalgia for Digimon. We've been getting a lot of FIFAs from a lot of submissions. We love the FIFA games, so if you got a bunch of those, we love duplicates as well, so go ahead and send those in to us. There might be a loose game in here. Okay, NCAA 08 football. Couple cartridge, let's take a look. NBA Jam 99 and Madden 99. So nothing crazy there, but still solid stuff. We appreciate the submission, Dow, and if anyone has anything, go ahead and check out on the website what we'd pay you for it and send it on in if you like it.
Number 4, and I think this one didn't 100% surprise me, but we definitely got wrong when we started. Staff requirements. So when we opened, we had 4 part-time people. One of them was like, I think like mostly full-time, but it was basically just 4 people, all part-time, and we quickly figured out that that was not going to be enough by the amount of foot traffic we get, the number of trade-ins we get. We get, I don't know, on average, Ben's over here, would you say 6 trade-ins a day? Minimum. Okay, he said minimum 6. Someone is almost always doing a trade-in, and when we opened, the plan was that we'd have one person working the cash register, checking people out, helping customers, whatever, and then when people would have trade-ins, Justin or I would come up front and do the trade-ins ourselves. We quickly realized that both Justin and I are too busy doing other things, that's not possible. So we had to move to having a manager up front at all times that could help with trade-ins, any other customer help that may come up. And then we found out that still wasn't enough, and that's why we ended up making Ben, who was hired as a manager, the general manager for the store for retail. We basically needed someone to then help manage all of the new people that we have up front. What we thought 4 part-time people was enough, in actuality, we needed more like 8 people total. Most of them are part-time. Out of that, we have basically 3 to 4 that are basically full-time now as well. So definitely a miss on that. The final thing, and this kind of leads into everything that we just talked about, but I was not prepared for the store to be as successful as it was, or it has been. And I know it's kind of like a cop-out that, oh, these are supposed to be your 5 mistakes. The store ended up selling 3 to 5x more than I was expecting. This was supposed to be, this is a way for us to sell the random stuff that we get in. So like Blood Rain, limited rare game for Nintendo Switch in a green case, brand new. This is weird. The store was supposed to be for us to be able to sell our weird stuff and house our online business in the back. And that has not even been close to the reality. We are constantly buying things with intention to have them in the store. We are intentionally paying more for Switch so that we can have it in the store because it sells well. Same with DS, 3DS, N64. That stuff sells well in our store. So we are intentionally buying for that when the goal was that the trade-ins would funnel our online, but now it's like there's a lot of stuff that does not go online because we want it in the store because we know it'll sell well, it'll make our customers happy, we get them to continue to come back. And so it was a huge miss. I never expected this store to do as well as it has. I promise it's not supposed to be a cop-out. I just am really proud of how well the store's done. And it definitely was a miss on our part, not expecting it to do well. That's kind of our 5 things, and there's probably 10 more videos we can make about our mistakes that we made with the store. And then we'll probably have to make a mistakes video for 2025 because definitely made some mistakes there too. So I'll see you in that video.